A number of YouTubers out there throw around numbers like a minimum of $995 to a mind-blowing $1,400 per day. Let's do some simple math here. $1,500 a day times 30 days, and boom! We're looking at $45,000 in a single month. If this method actually works, I'll bust my chops for 2 months straight, and then enjoy a well-deserved 10-month vacation. Anyways, you know what I love most about this method? According to what's being said, you don't need any experience, not a single penny to invest up front, and best of all, it's got nothing to do with affiliate marketing. And believe me, that's a huge relief. Another great thing is that it involves collaborating with real publishers, which makes it seem more legit. But don't freak out when I say real publishers, because, like I mentioned before, you don't need any experience for this method. So, let's see how it all pans out. Let's head over to Google News. You won't believe the range of categories they have. We're talking about everything from US and world news to local happenings, business updates, technology buzz, entertainment scoop, sports updates, and even the latest in science and health. And guess what? Each category has its own set of subcategories. And hold on to your hat, because in each of these subcategories, there are literally thousands of articles that we can potentially turn into cash. That means our money-making opportunities are absolutely boundless. So, let's dive into the method we're exploring today. We're going to search for websites and magazines that offer generous rates per word. One highly recommended site that many YouTubers talk about is eTingwell. Here's the plan. We'll submit our articles to eTingwell, where they pay up to a whopping $1 per word. And the best part? We'll be using articles we find on Google News to make it happen. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Wait a minute, won't we run into copyright issues? Well, fear not. There are actually multiple claimed ways to navigate around that obstacle, and I'll personally test each method to see if it truly works. Getting back to eTingwell, it's a website focused on the health niche. This means that if we want to submit an article, it better be centered around health-related topics. The advice I've gathered from various videos is to look for articles that catch our interest. But there's a catch: they need to be long enough, because, let's face it, we're literally getting paid for each word. To save time sifting through a sea of articles, I've got a nifty trick up my sleeve. Instead of endless scrolling, I'll simply head up to the search box and type in healthy diet. Ah, here we go. This one caught my eye. The title sounds intriguing and it fits right into eTingwell's niche. Time to click on it and check out the content. Oh, and of course, I'll also keep an eye on the article's length. I don't want it to be too short, considering I'm literally counting every word for my hard-earned cash. Alright, after a quick scan, this one looks decent enough. Now comes the next big step: finding a way to avoid copyright issues when submitting the article to a real publisher. To tackle this, many YouTubers suggest using Spinbot. According to them, it magically rewrites the input content in your own words. Sounds incredible, doesn't it? Let's give it a go and head over to Spinbot. Here's what the Spinbot interface looks like. All we need to do is paste our content that needs rewriting in the left column, and it will generate a spun version in the right column. To test it out, I'll start with a short sentence. I'll take a snippet from the title and plug it into Spinbot. After the rewrite, it gives me this version: how practicing good eating habits can make your cerebrum more youthful. That doesn't sound quite natural to me. It seems that Spinbot is primarily a paraphrasing and rewording tool. It doesn't rewrite content using your own words, as many YouTubers out there have claimed. Because, well, who'd ever actually say something like this? While it attempts to change as many words as possible to avoid plagiarism, there are limitations when it comes to ensuring the new sentence sounds completely natural. So, if I want to use Spinbot to rephrase the entire original article into a brand new one to sidestep copyright issues, I'll have a lot of proofreading ahead of me. But hey, I'm willing to give it a shot and see how it turns out in the end. It's crucial for me to make sure that the article I'm about to submit to the magazine is not only plagiarism-free, but also well-written and engaging.
2 hours later.
Alright, I'm back after thoroughly proofreading my article that was rewritten by Spinbot. In addition to paraphrasing words, I've discovered a few more important points about Spinbot. First thing is, if the original article quotes a company or organization, Spinbot will also spin its name. So, be cautious and double-check that it doesn't create any misleading information. Also, it's crucial to reread the original article carefully because Spinbot has a tendency to spin someone's quote as well. We definitely don't want to end up writing something that someone never actually said.
I never said that.
Man, after going through everything I listed about Spinbot, using that tool to rewrite an article is way more time-consuming than I thought. So, I've decided to give another method a shot, as recommended by a YouTuber out there. It's called writesonic.com. This website uses AI to generate articles. I mean, can you believe it? It automatically churns out an entire article based on the title we give it. The whole shebang. This should save us a ton of time proofreading like we had to with Spinbot. Plus, it promises to help us maintain a unique voice and style in the article. I'm heading over to the site right now to give it a whirl. Okay, I signed up with Writesonic, and here's what its interface looks like. I'm gonna try out the AI Article Writer 5.0 feature right here. I'll just copy the title from the previous article and paste it in. Let's see what Writesonic comes up with. Oh, look, there are several articles with similar topics. The one I just pasted is the first result. I'll check the box next to it. Then, I'll add some keywords for better SEO and make sure my article is search algorithm friendly. Gotta pick a tone of voice too. Since I'm aiming to submit my article to eTingwell, I'll go with a professional tone. I'll hit Generate Article. Bam! Alright, folks, feast your eyes on this brand new article complete with an image. It's a major win. And guess what? It's a whopping 1405 words. Let's do some quick math here. $1 per word. That's a mind-blowing $1,405 worth article right in front of me, and it took less than 5 minutes. I'll quickly scroll down so you can see how it generated a fresh article based on the given topic. Looks pretty darn amazing, don't you think? But hey, I'm not gonna let my guard down. I want to make sure this article is plagiarism-free. I'll copy it and run a quick check with a plagiarism-free checker tool. Hold up. What am I looking at here? Significant plagiarism. Well, that's definitely not a good sign. In fact, this is definitely a major problem. If I want to identify any plagiarized sections, I'll have to meticulously compare the original article with the newly created one and make necessary adjustments. If I overlook this step, it could land me in serious trouble. It's a time-consuming task, but I guess there's no way around it. Considering these challenges, I'm leaning towards going back to Spinbot and attempting to adjust the wording instead. It would save me from having to invest a significant amount of time in researching and replacing the plagiarized parts generated by the AI article writing tool. But let's be honest, it's a major setback that's putting a damper on my mood. Anyway, once I've tackled these hurdles and fine-tuned my masterpiece, it'll be time to submit it. Let's hope all the hard work pays off. Alright, we've reached the final step, submitting the carefully proofread and rewritten article to eTingwell.com. Let's locate their email address on their website.
2 hours later.
After scrolling through every tab on the website, their email address is nowhere to be found. The only email addresses I stumbled upon were for advertising, marketing, press inquiries, and subscriptions. It's so frustrating. I guess I'll have to resort to the instructional videos on YouTube to see if they mention the email address. Ah, finally, here it is. I've got the email address now. Alright, based on the videos I watched, some suggest using a casual tone in the email, like saying something along the lines of, "Hey, I've got an article about this topic that I'd love to send over to you guys." On the other hand, there are those who recommend a more formal tone and even provide a free email template for us to use. Personally, I think I'll go with the more formal approach. Everything seems to be in order now. It's time to take a deep breath and hit that send button. Fingers crossed for a reply from them.
5 minutes later.
Hey guys, I just received an email, way earlier than I anticipated. I was so pumped to open it and see what it said. But guess what? The email address doesn't even exist. Can you believe it? Man, that's beyond frustrating. I've invested so much time and effort into trying out this method. I feel like I've been playing a never-ending game of hide and seek. It's just too much time and energy consuming for me. So, let me share a few key takeaways from this entire experience. If, even after watching the video, you still feel inclined to give it a shot and send articles to publishers, I say go for it. There are actually many publishers out there that accept articles from freelance writers. Personally, I'm stopping here because writing articles isn't really my thing, and the whole email address issue has taken a toll on me. But here's what we've learned. First, Google News can be an excellent resource for exploring new ideas that you can turn into articles and submit to any real publishers. It's a treasure trove of information waiting to be tapped into. Second, your actual writing skills play a crucial role in creating a top-notch article that stands a chance of being accepted. Using Spinbot to rewrite an article might seem tempting, but it often over-paraphrases and makes the content sound unnatural. That means you'll end up spending a ton of time proofreading and making adjustments. And if you decide to use an AI-generated article, make sure you double-check it with a plagiarism checker tool to avoid any unwanted trouble caused by plagiarized content. So, all those hacks and tricks don't really help as much as they claim to. That pretty much summed up all my experience trying to make money using Google News. I hope this whole process gave you a more in-depth look at what it takes to make it really happen. Thanks for watching the video all the way to the very end. I hope to see you next time when I test out more methods of making money online. Until then, have a great time.